Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to Beard Wizard Rants. I haven't done this in a little while, and I actually wasn't going to wade into this until I saw some of the drama today and some of the things that I kind of take exception to and I'm struggling with among the Tarkov community. Before I jump into it, though, be sure to check out the video description below for ways to support the channel. The biggest way is just click that red subscribe button. If you want to support us monetarily, that's fine. I've got a merch store. I'm wearing one of the hats now. But trying to get to that 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So be sure to click that button. And let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know in the live chat. This is live. If you're watching, say hi. If you have questions or if you think I missed anything during this, please do say so. If you have any questions in the comments. I've seen a lot of the responses to videos like these, and some of y'all, if the streamer or video guy or whoever, the talking head, doesn't say exactly what you want them to say, boy, you guys get a little rough. And that's fine. If you want to come in the comments and roast me, do so. It helps the algorithm. I'm not going to say no. But do keep in mind that if you come to my channel, this is my house, and if you're going to be vulgar or hostile or threatening in there, which I've seen, you're going to be gone. So criticize, roast all you want. Just remember whose house you're at. That said, I didn't want to wade into this because I hadn't really fully formed an opinion yet on the new release of the I guess you could say the new level or the new package from Battlestate Games and Escape from Tarkov and the drama. I generally wait like 3 days, 4 days before I comment on anything like this or before I get into it, because you never know what's going to happen, because the internet sucks when it comes to stuff like this. Quite frankly, Battlestate Games made a mistake. Clearly, they made probably a few mistakes. The internet is not known for giving benefit of the doubt. You make a mistake, the internet will tell you immediately, very loudly, very clearly, and they give you very little time to even get your feet under you before all hell breaks loose. And that's kind of what happened here. For those of you who aren't familiar, if you're watching my stream for the first time or if you've come here from something else, Battlestate Games, for the game Escape from Tarkov, had several package levels that you could buy into the game at, the base game being about $45 when it first came out, all the way up to the Edge of Darkness version, which I bought at $150. I actually bought the base game first. Wanted to make sure I was going to like it before I spent more money on it, and then I bought EOD. I don't even remember when, some years ago, the Edge of Darkness, the full version. And when they sold that to us, they made it sound like that was going to be the top tier ever, having to buy the game. And this is where things get hairy. But before we kind of jump into that, I want to give my thoughts on the release after I've thought about it, and then we'll jump into the drama, and then we'll jump into the clickbait and everything, because I want to get to the point first. So to start, the new Unheard Edition, if you've not heard about the Unheard Edition, this is the new top tier package for Escape from Tarkov, and it was going to give guaranteed instant access to the closed beta. Obviously, we're all in the closed beta right now. You're not going to buy a game. You're not going to pay money if you can't get into that. Digital copy preloaded, that's standard, that's every version. Access to this is one of the things that's really got people heated, and I'll cover this here in a second. But access to a PvP co-op mode with persistent progression that won't be wiped. Now, if you've never played Tarkov or if you've never watched Tarkov, they wipe every 6 to 8 months, sometimes sooner, all progression. And there is a co-op mode, offline co-op mode right now, and an offline single player mode right now, but you can't progress there. You go in and play that currently, and there is no progression. There's no, like, it's almost like a waste of time for some people unless you're just practicing a map or trying to learn something. So this is to introduce a co-op mode where you can actually progress. You can do quests and earn things and get all that, but it's like a totally separate instance, so to speak, of the game. It's like a mini version of Escape from Tarkov, totally separate from the main game. Stash, which is only a little bigger than EOD. In-game ID, which is a little icon next to your name. The EOD has that as well. It's a gold crown. PMC pockets expanded. This is where people started to argue pay to win. I disagree with that. At the end of the day, this would not make me any better at the game than I am currently. Increased fence standing. Again, some people are misconstruing some of these things and they're blowing them out of proportion, thinking that you get increased standing with all the vendors. I've heard a couple people say that. It is just increased fence standing. We don't know how much. You already get increased trader standing in EOD, meaning your reputation with the in-game merchants is higher and it gives you a little bit better bonus. But that bonus does not last very long. And people are also calling this pay to win. Hey, Trey, how's it going? Welcome. People are calling this pay to win, but I can tell you after having played EOD for several wipes, it only takes a few seconds. It only takes a few hours in game. I actually need to close something. Hold on. I didn't realize I was still logged in to my work. Live chat, boys and girls, or live stream. And my boss is asking me if I'm still working. But the increased trader rep doesn't mean anything after about the first couple of days, because by then everybody's got the same trader rep. It just gives you a little bit of a leg up, but again, it doesn't make you any better at the game at all. More slots in the flea market, still really not going to help all that much. Unique melee weapon, nothing, not pay to win either. It just looks different. The melee weapons in this game are practically useless. Increased mail retention time, that's kind of cool, but again, not pay to win. It just means you don't have to check when you get stuff back or when you get things delivered to your account. You just don't have to check as often. They'll be in there longer. That's convenient, but it's not pay to win. Background screen option. Free access to all subsequent DLCs. This is going to be another linchpin, and this was on the EOD version. And then early access to the test server, no big deal. That some people already have that. Additional equipment and resources in Stash, not pay to win. Again, just added stuff that, I mean, we already get some of this with EOD, and then there's just more. Also available. People are calling this pay to win as well. These skills are meaningless at the beginning of the game. Bolt action rifle, pistol skill, like these really are not going to make you any better at the game. Co-op practice mode, we already have that. In-game armband, whoop-de-doo, is not going to increase anything. This one here, this radio electronic item, I'm not sure. 50% cash services in raids. This is nothing, boys and girls. You only have to pay about 5,000 rubles to get out of a raid by car. This is going to knock that by 50%. 5,000 rubles is literally nothing. If you can't scrape together 5,000 rubles to get out at the car, you just take one of the other extracts and you're already poor as hell anyway. So like, this is nothing. None of this is pay to win. When you have 6 fence rep, the scavs won't shoot you at 60 meters away. Scavs being the AI bad guys in the game. First of all, I've never had 6 fence rep. I would never get this. And I found out from one of the other guys who actually bought this version, if you shoot the scavs while you're wearing this radio, your scav rep suffers, which doesn't happen if you're a PMC. So it seems like a stupid trade-off anyway. All in all, I don't think it's worth the extra money to me. I was thinking about it today and thinking about it yesterday. For me, since I already paid $150 for EOD, it's another $100 for this. Out of the gate, it's $250. I don't really think it's worth it. For this added stuff, I could see maybe paying a little extra for some of the items that you get, like the containers you get in your stash. But I don't think it's worth that much. So that takes care of what's this all about, right? Hold on, I need to log out of this here. And then we have the drama. all of the drama, and some of it is justified, and some of it is the internet knee-jerk reacting to something and not giving the benefit of the doubt at all. And we all know that's what the internet does. That's what people on the internet do. So going to this one, this is kind of the hinge pin of what people found recently. And this, I didn't know this until literally just 20 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago. So somebody dug up this old post back from 2017 when EOD came out. Said, gonna upgrade to the top package tomorrow. I think this is when EOD came out. Hope we don't have to buy it again after beta release. Love the game so much. And Escape from Tarkov did say, or their account at the time said, you do not need to buy anything at any stage. This is going to be the kicker. This is what's going to burn them in the end. You do not need to buy anything at any stage. If you have EOD, you do not even need to pay for DLCs in the future. This is an argumentative point, but we'll get to that in a second. You are all in for all coming. So this definitely led people to believe you're not going to ever have to buy anything again. You're going to have everything that we're ever going to offer. And this was probably a very lofty promise to make, probably made in error, but it's out there. It's in print. It's not going away. This is what they said. So that's kind of a challenge. I don't want to say unfortunate, but like I said, this was probably a mistake. This was probably an overpromise, and now they're regretting that. So this drama has come down to calling it a scam, calling it this, calling it that. And to me, like I heard Landmark say on Asmon's stream this morning, never, and this is an old adage, but never attribute to malice what could easily be attributed to incompetence. I think this has all been a mistake that BSG has been trying to, or hopefully is trying to fix, and they're just not getting it fixed fast enough for the rabid internet that is absolutely blowing up about this situation. And one of the things that, like, I even pointed out, they got this on this one tweet of theirs about PvE being a unique feature. And there was a community note there. And even I called this one out because this top link of the community note. So here's something to keep in mind, guys. We are playing a beta. This game is not released. This is not a full version of the game. Now, one could argue that since you bought EOD and they said they would never have to pay for anything again, yes, we should be getting everything that comes in the game. And I do think they should be given the co-op PvE with progression to every EOD member. Now, could they release other things that they want us to pay extra for, like the containers in the stash? Sure, I can see that. I could see, if you want to start the game with extra containers, it costs you another $20 or whatever. Because at the end of the day, BSG still needs to pay for the servers that we are happily enjoying. I mean, some of us have been playing this game without spending a dime on it for years, and servers cost money. And if we want them to continue to host those servers so that we can continue to enjoy this game, they're going to have to get money for that. And if they're not getting a ton of new players to cover the cost, it's got to come from somewhere. So, they're going to have to do something, whether it be microtransactions or what. Hopefully, and thankfully, so far they haven't, but hopefully they never go to a subscription model. I'm not paying monthly for a game. That's my line. That's where I draw the line. But this first link in the community note right here highlighted, DLC or downloadable content refers to additional content gamers download for video games after their initial release. So there's an argument to be made that this isn't DLC. Now, does that mean I don't think we should get it? No. I do think we should get the co-op PvE mode with progression as EOD players. But you can't really sit here and say that this is DLC when it literally doesn't fit the definition of DLC. But Battlestate did say you're going to get everything for the game. So they're kind of hinged by that. They're kind of locked into that situation. Now, the issue I've been taking today with all the drama and with all of the clickbait that has been coming out is all of these streamers who are making money streaming this game are turning around and talking about how this game is dying. I saw one streamer, not going to name names, but he put out a video that's titled Uninstalling This Game. He hasn't streamed Tarkov in over a month. So what? And as much as I like Pestily, and he did correct himself, but in Pestily's video today, he said, I'm probably not going to play it for a while. Well, I wasn't going to anyway because I'm out of town and my daughter. Like, if you're going to take a half-assed stance on this, then just don't. And if you're really serious about, I'm going to take a hard line against this game, then stop. Because honestly, if you want to make BSG listen and you're a streamer like Pestily with that many followers, if you stopped playing Tarkov, they would notice. Then again, so will his viewers. Pestily won't have nearly as many viewers. He won't make nearly as much money. So you either take a hard stance or you take a waffly stance. And, well, I'm not going to play it. Well, I wasn't going to play it anyway because of all these things that are going on. Blah, blah, blah. Like, no. Either nut up or shut up. And I'm sorry to be harsh that way, but it's very frustrating to be a small streamer who doesn't make any money on this game, trying to get viewers. And I've got those streamers that are like, oh, maybe, and people are following them around. Like, either take a stance or don't. Worse yet are the ones that don't play it that are bitching about this. But a lot of the videos are going on about how Tarkov is dying. Tarkov is dying. This is killing Tarkov. You want to know, is this killing Tarkov? Look, this is the stats from today. Let me refresh it because this has been up for about a half an hour. Stats today, 123,364 concurrent players today. Last Friday, 122,710. There's 1,000 more people playing Tarkov today than there was last Friday. Is Tarkov dying? I mean, the announcement was yesterday. So there's more people playing it today than there were yesterday. Tarkov is not dying. Quit putting out clickbait headlines that says Tarkov is dying when Tarkov is not dying. Will tomorrow be different? I don't know. It might be. But you would think if all of these people that said, I'm done, I'm uninstalling, I'm leaving Tarkov, if they really did, these numbers would be a lot lower. And they're not. They're higher than they were last Friday. So what the hell? Tarkov is not dying. Now, could this cause an issue? Could this kill Tarkov? Possibly. But, I mean, I saw OnePeg put out a tweet just a little bit ago that, let me find that before I misquote him, because I don't want to do that, because, you know, I don't want to clickbait. But yeah, here we go. Making boss farm. It was a response. Let me pull this back up here. It was a response to just because you see your active player. Yeah, he responded. Oh, okay. So it wasn't. I'm sorry. This is. Oh, I'm glad I looked it up here. Making boss farm available for cheaters to put more stuff on the market isn't going to make people want to come back. Okay. So first of all, this is even more funny. So he's right here criticizing Tarkov for having a lot of cheaters. Hold on to that thought for a moment. So logical solutions, just because you see your active player count declining, you really think an in-game event is going to change anything because they've got this in-game event coming. Again, the player count's not dropping. So what the hell? Like, quit with the clickbait. Quit with the drama that doesn't, like, for the thing that kills me with OnePeg, and I used to watch his videos, and he puts out a lot of these videos, and he calls it newsy news. Having worked as and still sometimes doing content as a journalist, I have a pretty high standard of ethics for myself that journalists are expected to adhere to, and one of those is non-bias. If you are going to produce news-related content, your news-related content should probably be unbiased. And there's definitely a lot of bias when it comes to what he just said there, because he also put out a video earlier today thinking it was funny and he could kind of justify it or see it as justifiable, that cheaters are planning on targeting people who have bought the new edition. And he's kind of okay with that. He's so upset at Tarkov for being full of cheaters, but he's kind of okay with cheaters targeting people who bought the new edition. He kind of thinks that's justifiable. He's kind of like, actually, just to be sure that we get his exact words right, because of the title of the video. Never in a million years, and he calls this a news bulletin. Never in a million years did I think I'd celebrate cheating. The One Peg News Network. So, first of all, that's a shit take. And it's hypocritical, because he's not even playing Tarkov anymore, playing Dark and Darker, because of his frustration with Tarkov and the cheating. Or at least I think that's one of the reasons that he said. And now he's like, oh, I could celebrate this because I'm mad at a game I don't play because they released an edition I'm not going to buy. And that's what it comes down to. How many people are complaining that don't even play the game anymore? They just watch streamers and they just repeat whatever the streamer says. So finally, I don't like the price for what you get. Not that I think the price is too high. Not that I don't think there could be an edition of Tarkov that's justifiably $250. I just don't think you get enough for that. And I think some of that stuff should be going to EOD for sure. But then you see people, I think people are making the wrong point about that. I watched Asmongold's. If you haven't seen it, you can go watch it. Landmark actually makes a pretty fair criticism of this on Asmon's stream this morning. But the one thing that got me with Asmon's stream is he's like, $250. Oh my God. And he was making this big deal out of it. I'm like, dude, you got famous playing WoW. And I did the math. If you've been playing WoW since it released, you would have had to pay $3,600. WoW's been out for 10 years. $15 a month for 10 years is $3,600 just to play the game. That doesn't count buying its game, buying all the expansions, any microtransactions you want, because WoW is one of those games where you have to, if you want cool skins and all that, you got to buy it all. $3,600, and he's like, oh, $250. That's crazy. That's crazy. For what? For a game, some of those guys, Willers has 20,000 hours in this game. I think Landmark said he had 14,000 or something like that. That's pennies. So, yeah, the price is too high for what you get, but is the price too high for a game? Because Asmo was making it out like, that's crazy high. How could a game justify charging that much for the game? Well, I don't know. How does WoW justify as much as it costs to play WoW since its release? How does it justify 15? You pay as much a year as I've paid for Tarkov that I bought 5 or 6 years ago. And you pay that every year to play WoW. And that's not even counting buying the game or the expansions or anything else. So at the end of the day, I think that BSG messed up. Yes. I think the internet needs to chill the fuck out. And I think these streamers who make money playing this game and make money getting people to watch them play this game need to dial back the clickbait and the drama, because all you're doing is feeding that. If we want Battlestate to fix this, which we do, we want them to make this right. We need to tell them what we want. Not copy and paste on Discord that bullshit that was going on, because some of us were actually trying to get information and all it was just constant spam. That's not going to do it. That's children throwing a temper tantrum. We need to tell them what we want. You need to take a hard stance. Don't buy it if you don't want it. If you're going to not play the game anymore, just don't play the game anymore. Don't threaten to not play the game anymore and then go play it. And if you're not playing the game, don't threaten to uninstall it. You're not even playing it. Nobody cares. If you're not, I haven't streamed it in 4 months, but I'm uninstalling the game. Who gives a shit? That's weak as hell. Give them time to respond. They've already put out at least one response. Now we need to know what it means. They've said that they're going to give PvE co-op with progression to EOD and some of the other stuff to EOD, but they did say for 6 months. What does that mean? Does it have something to do with the full release of the game? In 6 months, is 1.0 going to come out and then it doesn't matter because of the way they're going to structure the game? Was EOD going to get this the whole time? Just we weren't going to get it until the full game came out. Maybe they were just going to have the people who bought this new version play test these new servers for the PvE version, and then when the full game comes out, EOD people get it all. Maybe, I don't know, because we haven't given them freaking a breath to respond to anything. We've just been hitting them nonstop with video after Discord post after Reddit post. I don't know, because we haven't got all the information out. And again, this is one of those things I normally wait 3 or 4 days to let all the information get out. But the freaking Tarkov community, streamers included, have just been insane right now. And we're not getting any good information. So tell me what you think in the comments. Above all, if this isn't for you, don't buy it. If you're done with Tarkov, fine. Be done with Tarkov. If you're a streamer or making videos or making news about Tarkov, get your facts and drop the bias. Don't say the game is dying when you can clearly go look at the numbers and see that the game is not dying. If the player count dropped by 10,000 or 15 or 20,000, then maybe you could say, the game is dying. But it's not dying. Chill. It's been steady for the last week, and doesn't appear to be going anywhere. That's what I wanted to talk about. All of that drama, all of that clickbait, all of that frustration. Let me know what you think. Have you bought it? What do you think? If you're not going to buy it, sure, you can let me know you're not going to buy it, but I would say the best way to let BSG know, speak with your wallet. Don't throw a temper tantrum in Discord. Speak with your wallet. Don't buy it. If they don't sell hardly any of these copies, then they'll know that that's not what we want. But if you're going to tell them what you want, tell them what you want. The streamers should be getting together and saying, all right, what all should we do to fix this? I think I saw Glorious E put out a pretty balanced video. Landmark put out a pretty balanced stuff. Pestely's been out of town. He might put out a more thoughtful video when he gets back. I don't know. But some of the guys, especially the guys who aren't playing it anymore, like One Peg, very heated, feeding the drama, just feeding the fire, which isn't informative. That's the one thing that's killing me with One Peg. The fact that I used to watch him, and he promotes his channel as a news channel in some of his videos, and he's just being inflammatory rather than informational. That's not helpful. Be informational. If you're going to be a news source, be a news source, not a drama source. Not TMZ. TMZ is not news. So I'm going to close it with that. Let me know what you think. I'm going to keep playing Tarkov. I love the game. I'm not going to buy this new edition. Probably not. And even if I did, it won't be until next wipe. I don't see a point. But I also want to see what they're going to do. I don't want to buy it just in case EOD winds up getting some of that stuff too. It wouldn't make sense. So we'll see how things go. If there's any major updates, I'll let you know. If you guys have any comments or questions, drop them in the chat. I appreciate talking to every one of you. And again, keep it civil. This is my house. I've seen some of the comments on some of the other videos. Just keep it civil. There's no need to be dramatic or hateful here. Let me know. And anyway, Trey and everybody else who was here, thank you guys so much. I will see you guys all again soon. We'll be up with Beard Wizard reviews here in a little bit with a new music video. And I don't know, maybe some Tarkov tonight, but probably for sure over the weekend. I'll see you guys all again soon. You have a great one. Much love.